It's okay. She off your mind.
Chai! Now wow, people wey suppose talk truth to power don't off mic. And if we talk, now 500,000 they go summer us, call them hate speech. But fear not, Maiyegun don't come. Him go torchlight every corner, nooks and cranny of all these bad people where they spoil our country. So my people make we laugh, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo, yo. My people make we shout, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, man of the masses, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun diary Politico, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo, yo. This one not the off in mind, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo, yo. And in the touchlight every corner, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo, yo. Okay, some people be they holla say they want the power. Chai, them be promise us say we go get light and power. Nah. Them hustle sote they can't get the power. But now they know they do anything with the power. Sure. Every day, dollar just they get the higher power over naira. Still them talk say make we off mind. But thank God say Maiyegun don't come. So my people make you laugh, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo, yo. My people make we shout, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, man of the masses, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun diary Politico, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo, yo. This one not they off in mind, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo, yo. Person where they do even no one make person talk. Them say that Maiyegun, that man too they talk. He too they talk. Say Maiyegun diary, he they hot like pepper. But every day then they take money in bulk. Woman picking they the street they hawk. Still them talk say make we no talk. But thank God say Maiyegun don't come. So my people make you laugh, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo, yo. My people make you shout, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, man of the masses.
Hello there.
Maiyegun làwa mọ̀, la mọ̀ tó dòdòdò.
Maiyegun diary, Maiyegun number one.
Good morning to you, good afternoon to you, good evening to you from wherever you are watching from. This is Maiyegun Live.
Maiyegun diary, Maiyegun number one.
Lórí Facebook, lórí YouTube.
Maiyegun diary, Maiyegun number one.
Gbogbo bó ṣe ń lọ ni Maiyegun já wa sí.
It is going to be a long night. Let me say this beforehand. And it is going to be an interesting night. Today in Kaduna, a lot happened. But I'm going to bring you the most interesting parts. Even though we know that their election is a charade, somehow it is also the moment of truth. So tonight, we are going to take them on their words. Climate change. What you don't know about climate change, you will know today. And just like we did for others, we'll first have to hear from them. Today, Kolu was in Kaduna. Listen, see, Lagos Abobakus. Look at me very well. You might have to sort of hate me more or dislike me more. But there's nothing you can do without me. I am the realest person that can bring to you some of the things that they are telling you to overlook. In other words, right? I am supposed to be your best friend, but some of you just don't like me. Fair enough. I don't like you too. But tonight, we are going to Woto, go splash everywhere. But first, in fairness to them, we will first listen to them. So on your own part, what you just need to do now is this. Take a moment, leave the comment section, okay? And like this broadcast. Share it. If you can't share or like, it is probably because you haven't subscribed, okay? Now, subscribe onto my YouTube channel. Like it on Facebook. And relax for Maiyegun. My brother. Peter Obi was in Kaduna today. So for you to have an idea of what happened in Kaduna today, right, you first have to know who invited them, right? And then what was the purpose? Well, a lot is going on all over the world. You see, our interest in what they are doing in Nigeria is to further educate the minds of everyone on why, no matter what you think you are doing right now towards their 2023 elections, okay, you have good heart, good intention, as some would say. But whatever you are doing right now, just believe it that you are just playing the already written scripts. And as it is, you are only playing your part in that script. They know what we hand it. And somehow, we hope that you will be strong enough, courageous enough, to resist them when the whole script get to the end. You know, the end, at the end matter, which is your 2023. But a lot of things, a lot of things are happening all over the world that we should be mindful of. One of them, we might, we may wake up tomorrow and then Putin might have probably new course, and we probably will be shattering on the ground. Our electricity may go off, and anything can happen in the next coming days. That is something that people like us here are, concerned too, worried, but we still have to live, right? So if you are in Nigeria and then as bad as it is, if you are in Africa, as bad as it is right now, one of the things you don't have to worry about is a nuclear boom. I don't want to imagine it. That's something to worry about. But you see, that of Nigeria is a disaster waiting to happen. And in that script, we know the players, we know the actors, we know the script writers, right? We know the actors, we know the directors, we know the players and all of that. And we know the spectators too. Last, no matter what you have in mind, no matter which of the camps you belong to, you are all, as long as it is for this your one Nigeria, look at me very well. You are working for the same master, but you will soon find out. However, the lovers of freedom, the defender of human rights, the descendants of the Biafra heroes and heroines, they converged this weekend, or this past weekend, in Liverpool and London, in solidarity with Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Before we delve into tonight's detail, so let's say a bit of a shout out to them for those who came and showed up in Liverpool, the Biafrans, the friends of Biafrans, and the friends of our lovers of freedom who are solidarized in the UK for 2 days. It's called a Million Man March for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. A shout out to all the participants. A quick one. Thank you. I told you it's going to be a long night. It is going to be a long night. I said it. But please, do me one very, very good favor. The moment you notice that the audio is down, start typing audio, audio, audio. So I'll get to know that, yeah, something is wrong. And I'm going to keep my eye on my screen. Ladies and gentlemen, Gedegbe, collected fire today in Kaduna. But we are going to go over this one after the other. You can put it, I should have made it, the rider should have been Tinubu versus Obi versus El-Rufai. But that would be, kind of a too draggy, but I'm going to make you understand. El-Rufai of Kaduna, the Kaduna little finger, had this personal animosity, or should I say, vengeance against Igbos in Nigeria, and he never hid it. He never hid that. But you see, with that Peter Obi, aha, now special one as well. You know why? They said back then, right, when Peter Obi was governor, right, Kaduna little finger was in Anambra when they were doing Anambra governorship election. As an inspector, I don't know, therefore an inspection on behalf of his own political party. So he said, immediately he landed in Anambra. Peter Obi just pick up the phone and say, oh, yeah, arrest him. Without delay, the Nigerian police from Abuja, they just grabbed the little finger and they arrested, they detained him, which is, they locked him up in his hotel room. Wow. I mean, I don't know, as a political party member, if you had that a clearance, but is Nigeria be. That was the height of it. So any day where Peter Obi come Kaduna, fire that is on fire. Could show some display, but he didn't. Fair enough, he didn't. Because the event that Peter Obi went to attend in Kaduna on invitation of the AREWA Joint Committee, which included the Christians, the Muslims, and all of that from the northern part of Nigeria, AREWA. So I think that is why El-Rufai couldn't really do much. Or maybe, immediately Obi go to Kaduna. As they say, you have to go and pay homage to the owner of the land and tell them that you are here for something. Like this man, the main man, Sheikh Osama bin Gumi. You know him? I mean, for tonight, okay? For the sake of the obedient, Sheikh Osama bin Gumi is not a terrorist sympathizer. Because if you don't want to hurt the feelings of the obedient, some of them, or not all of them, because some of them have spoken out like, Obi need to be careful. Baba, it is now you they try to pretend. There is no difference between Shekau and Babangida and Abdusalami Abubakar and this Sheikh Gumi or Tuko Mamu, the one that collected the billions, negotiating for the release of collected billions as ransom, while negotiating for the release of the Kaduna or Abuja-Kaduna rail passengers kidnapped in March this year. There is no difference. And if you want to be Nigeria president, you have to meet them. Exactly. That was the explanation. I said, but Atiku also met with, in fact, they are like paddy. Remember? They said, Maiyegun, forget it. This one is Atiku is a sympathizer. Let's tell ourselves the truth. Atiku doesn't mean well for this country, Jare. I said, but what about Gumi? That one is a terrorist sympathizer. Meeting with Atiku. They are friends. So I said, oh, okay. But on the right, see, Maiyegun. You need to know better, okay? In politics, you have to meet the good, the bad, and everything. So, Obi, I said, okay, I understand. I just, it's just part of the sideline of what happened in Kaduna. But the Pabambari, the big one, was when Kolu, His Excellency GCFR, OMF, DFAD, DVDC or DVD, Federal Republic of Nigeria, His Excellency Maiyegun, that's our next president. When Asiwaju become president, Maiyegun, let me tell you, God will shame you. I said, hey, amen. Because even me, seriously, I actually want God to shame me. So that is by allowing your criminal leaders to deliver just a little human packaged policies that will touch your lives. So that means everyone can say, oh my God is great too. Hey, in my lifetime, when we did, gone are the days when we were using no electricity, corruption, bad leadership, ethnicity, and the rest of that as the ingredient that will tear Nigeria apart. Wait. Nigeria, they now have a 24 hours electricity, So that's kind of a good shame, isn't it? Like, I'll be happy for you. But I know you say the kind of shame where they look for God to do for me is that make God just make this Maiyegun end up in the hell that many of you are pretending to be enduring. So you can wish anything because that's what you do. You only have to wish. And you pray that your wish should come true. I believe that the top of your wish in life is to have a better, safe, industrious, prosperous life and long life, Abi. And these are the things that the criminals, the aged, sick rogues leading you, those are the things they've stolen from you. I didn't steal them. I didn't steal your education. I didn't steal your infrastructure. I didn't steal your anything. I am just a former victim that is doing his best to warn the current victims that life is better, but I don't think you can get any better life from the rogues like this. But let's start with Kolu, your grandfather that should be at old people's home in Badagry. You decided to give him the top job. I mean, there are millions of mumus like you handling for him. But in a democracy, that's one thing about democracy. I don't know how many of you actually heard that. If you probably undertook political science, you know, I bet there will be time they will tell you that democracy is one of the craziest, dubious, and foolish system of government. I don't know if anybody has ever said that to you. Yeah, I mean, the critics of democracy, as beautiful as it is. You know why? You know, they said, democracy is a game of numbers, okay? And in a democracy, the people with the highest number of votes decide or determines who becomes what. Abi, is that not what you do in democracy, Abi? Now, you see, the critics of democracy now said, their worries, they said, since it is a game of number, now, if you have foolish people, mad people, you know, you have 60 million mad people in Nigeria. I didn't say that, oh. Your psychologist said that. They said you have 60 million people, mad people in Nigeria, but they are not on the streets. Some of them are watching me too from Nigeria, and you can read their comments. And sometimes you just feel like, what are they saying? What is this one saying? It is madness. They are here. They said, mad people, foolish people, stupid people, in large numbers, they can elect a president. They can elect a governor. They can elect a drug baron. They can elect a murderer. They can elect a genocidist. Foolish people, selfish people, greedy people. Do you get that now? Because it's democracy. That's democracy. If not, if nobody says something is wrong with people, what is the motivation about somebody they're supposed to pay money to go and look at in Badagry, in Yoruba land? They say, ẹni tí wọn bá tà kàn fi ra èèyàn àkàrà. Oh, sorry, èèyàn àtùpà tó lóhun àjítànnáwò. I'll manage to interpret that loosely, okay? Which is somebody that should be sold to buy a lamp thread suddenly turned himself or feels like is somebody that people should hold lamp, touch, to come and take a look at, you know, somebody interesting, somebody so great and all of that. Bàbá yín tó yẹ kẹ́ gbé lọ Badagry létí omi headquarter àwọn ẹ̀fọn kẹ́ fumigate gbogbo area yẹn kẹ́ wá kó àwọn arúgbó bíi tiẹ̀ kẹ́ lóhùn ní president wọn kẹ́ wá máa ká ọmọ wẹ́wẹ́ kan lọ máa kí kan máa ya photo ńbẹ̀ kẹ́ máa lọ bẹ̀. You should be going there like excursion, tourism, When I can't put that one on the national TV, this is not APC, Egbekegbe's usual gathering that they will just continue to clap in order to cover the gap. But I am not going to kind of make you feel like, Maiyegun, you don't judge already before. That's why I say it's a long night. If it's becoming boring, well, it's going to be cracking. You're going to be laughing somehow. Okay? And as they say in Yoruba land, were don wo ko she bi lomo but to ba lowo lowo awon eyan a ma so won ba were jo iyen ni Tinubu. But in a democracy, you get your right. I actually have my own right too. My own right is in that same democracy, I am also allowed people like me who don't want to participate in the charade. We are also allowed to peacefully gather, peacefully meet and mobilize and rally too and campaign against that same fraudulent election and every other thing that is wrong. But in Nigeria, you know you don't have a democracy, right? You just have some clowns, old and young, making promises to the larger clowns. Tifnumbu, ladies and gentlemen. That's where we're going to start from. Before we get to that of, excuse me, Herufaya. Tifnumbu is there to pledge. He said, I will pledge to you. Wait, let me drink water. Just let me drink water. Then he said, let me pledge to you. I'm looking for that clip. It's this a long one, right? So in Kaduna, let's start with this.
I can guarantee you is that throughout this period, and I stand before here, I'm making you a promise that will be fulfilled. For us, we are sitting on a gold mine with abundant natural resources, with strategic investment in research and development, and effective management of resources. We will exploit our resources to the fullest. There is no local government in this country where there is no resource or endowment that can be harnessed for greater economic development. If it is only cassava self, there are so many extractions and economic opportunity that we can bring out of a cassava tuber. Our major economic challenges are underinvestment, the ineffective management, and these are what I am bringing to the table. A good experience, can-do attitude, thinking and doing it. Our economic plan, we utilize the vast natural resources we have through strategic investment in infrastructure, which will lead to the diversification of economy and wealth creation across the country. We will pay attention to modern economic drivers such as digital economy, creative industry, sport, entertainment, all sectors for the benefit of our young people. The APC federal government has taken several measures to build infrastructure and improve on ease of doing business. This has been completed by effort of some of our states. They are working to attract investment in diverse sectors of the economy. They will be encouraged by the federal government. Under my leadership, Nigerian government will be business friendly. We shall support private businesses in our country and extract foreign direct investment to create jobs, accelerated industrialization, and accelerated economic development. It is the duty of federal government to create incentive and support successful ventures that we absorb our millions of youths. On power sector, power, which is perhaps the greatest invention of man, of humanity, in the last 1,000 years. Power is essential for human activities. There can be no industrial revolution without power. I hope we get that one right. I will prioritize strengthening of our existing power reforms as a catalyst to sustain industrialization. Aside the ongoing power intervention of federal government, I know that 19 northern states and FCT have incorporated a special purpose vehicle to build 100 megawatts of solar project per state.
Okay. Somebody pressed the buzzer and said, boring. I know, he's reading it in a script. He actually pre-warned. He said, they told me, listen to him. He said, they told him to stick to, Baba, once we get there. Maybe Nasheyi told him, Daddy, what we are saying is that when we get to that venue, okay, just stick to the scripts we gave to you. Don't try to do anything outside that script. There is a clip where he actually said that before he read that script.
Back on focus, because I've been warned to stay on script.
Did you get that? So he's following script there. That is why it's boring. Okay? Now, there is a part he wasn't following script before question and answer time. So what we're going to do is this. We're going to go to that. Okay? Where he's pledging without having to, to read what they gave him. Check this out. It was an opportunity to speak his mind freely. So this is not so boring, and it could be incoherent, unrelated and all that, but it's worth it.
Even my greatest rival today met me with Yaradua. Atiku met me with Yaradua. I was one of the youngest, brilliant strategists of late Shehu Yaradua. He was just out of custom that time. Ask him to go and read the civil service regulation. They asked him questions. How did you make money? He said, from selling cars. Can you, as a civil servant, involve in other trades and businesses? No. You have attracted disqualification. You don't deserve to compete with others. Drawn inspiration, I've said that. My political history is full of examples of long, abiding support for the North. No rebuttal was on our platform. I've supported Atiku in 2007. Then, don't blame me if I ask for the payback period. It's payback. Let him endorse me now. Instead of conducting rally around Kaduna while I'm talking to great people here. So it's credit. The North is paid back in good measure. I am the flag bearer of our party today, partly because of the decision of the Northern APC governors, who rose to the occasion by standing up for our country and unity of our people against primordial consideration. I thank them again and again. By so doing, they have demonstrated that indeed the North is a region that keeps its word and always promotes justice. Not only Quranic teaching. Permit me to restate that I have the competence, the knowledge, experience to provide good leadership to the country and run it very well. I come to seek your confidence in me. I am not an island. However, I have demonstrated capacity to attract men and women of great mind who can think and perform, who can build a nation. I can make reference to Igbo Atlantic in Lagos now. It's the one of the most audacious projects that this man will embark on. Federal government, year after year, had pumped sand and some stone concrete entering to stop the surge. My uncles, they will take black cows and pigs to the river, that the spirit wants something. Said lie. Science defeated it all and made it possible. With the support of Almighty God, you will want to live there. You will say and marvel if you go to Lagos. What is a co-Atlantic? That's the audacious, bold endeavors that I can embark upon. Just leave me to express my inspiration. Support me. To drive my imagination. Vote for me to become that minority president.
Yeah. The inspiration called Biwa. But one thing I didn't get there was when he said something about the cows, taking the cows to the river. Well, science has defeated that and all of that. I think that one is like, you know, the usual old man talk, Abi. I told you, it's going to get more interesting. The part we are going to get to right now is about education, economy, livestock, Fulani, others, and climate change. Remember, Tinubu is not completely out of his depth. He is still surrounded by praise singers who are trying to manage and say, okay, everything is still fine for now. Everything is fine now. But you know what? He can no longer stand to take all the questions, because this time around, intelligence, inspiration, and everything that is coming to Baba, even if you are standing on Kilimanjaro, waiting till Tinubu they see, including the spirits, you know, if you see them. Now, question and answer time. The few parts we managed to get out before we get to the part of climate change and church rats, eating communion, or cutting down trees to stop firewood, and at the same time plant everything, if you are not so too tired yet, it's not going to be boring anymore. But question time, Alimajiri school, what would you do, Tinubu? One of them that they asked. So it went on. This one is a stretch. Relax. Write down your points. We'll talk about them soon.
Are we sure that you can be delivered in your tenure? Thank you, sir. Okay, Professor. We're trying to put all the questions together so that, because we're...
I know. Your Excellency, the presidential aspirant of APC. Candidate.
Worry, woman, ye. Candidate. I can mention you now. Which one is aspirant? The APC candidate. Watch.
Are we sure that you can be delivered in your tenure? Thank you, sir. Okay, Professor. We're trying to put all the questions together so that, because we're...
I know. Your Excellency, the presidential aspirant of APC. Candidate. Thank you very much for the correction. Mine is on environment. Northern Nigeria and Nigeria as a whole is going through serious issues of the impact of climate change. Flooding, aridity, species invasion, and so on and so forth. Yet, we have ecological fund and we have NEMA. Please, in your own blueprint, how would you assess such agencies that are failing Nigerians? Because as it is now, they are doing a post-mortem when climate change has already revamped or messed up communities. Lokoja is underwater. Jigawa State, Taifa grass, this and that, and yes, we have agencies. Please, what's your blueprint to really make these agencies?
It covers most of the things that I would have asked you. Why should the North trust you? Because you have said all the reasons why the North should trust you. Sorry. If you become president, you will be succeeding another APC president. The question in the mind of Northerners, which you would help to answer, is to assure us of what you will do differently from what the president you are going to take over from is doing. We want to know how you will solve our security problem. Our back is against the wall. We want you to tell us what you will do about the North, that the economy of the North has crumbled, sir. When you become president, would you need to put timelines? But we want to know if you will be different from President Buhari or you will continue with doing what President Buhari is doing. And if you are going to do it, sir, when and how are you going to do it? This is what the North is interested in. Thank you.
Thank you very much. From the panel, we've discussed, but all the issues that are already addressed in his address, he may just brush over them. But those that are new, he will elaborate if so wish. Your Excellency.
Well, first of all, I will respond to what will I do on Almajiri system. It's classified into two by me. Some are nomadic, some are sedentary. It's a matter of collaborating with states, nation building, give operational guidelines in the Constitution, and assign responsibility. But nowhere in the Constitution has it forbidden collaboration. Nowhere in the Constitution that I want to buy land from state government because they are the custodian, the trust of land is in their custody. Buy land, build houses, offer job to build schools, offer job to the elementary teachers, and extend the school feeding programs in collaboration with the state to those students. If only 1 hour or 2 hours of learning a day, you will improve their life. If you allow the Almajiri teacher an engagement like any other teacher engaged for vernacular, what we are learning from the Holy Book is Arabic language. Otherwise, there are many things we can do the same way, but differently. We will, with strong determination. You need to invest in the classroom. You need to have a clinic there. I've done it when I was short of teachers in Lagos. No one wants to go to the rural area. Then I build clinics for them. And I give them extra allowance as an incentive to do it. We can do it. Human mind can change. You can enforce those changes without cane, antagonism, and guns. You can eat a good banana without the peel. We will build it. I am determined. It's a shame for people not to understand that education is the greatest weapon against poverty. We do it, I promise you. literacy rate. And the same thing, we have a very challenging literary rate in Lagos, which is going down now. I am very, very proud of what I did. I am the son of the market woman leader of blessed memory. My mother is a good woman. May God grant her a journey of Fidaus. I went to a meeting in her house, and this woman approached me for 2,500. I said, what do you do? She said, bolisela, roasted plantain. And she said he had a third child that will drop out of school because they cannot pay Wike fee. And I asked my mom, what do you think? He said, pay it. I didn't know that I've opened the kind of war. I promise. Before the following time, I started paying YXC for all students, all inclusive, whether you are Igbo, Hausa, or anybody. If I want to compete for House of Assembly or House of Rep, I won't say because I am a woman, I give you way. But if you struggle well, and the party make special concessions, we can recruit more women because they work better. And
support law, our law. Now, some of you may think we are mocking him. Politically, yes, we are. But I actually feel sorry for him. Because that's what you have to deal with when he becomes your president. That's what you have to deal with. I mean, they are telling me already, Maiyegun, you will have to deal with it. He's your next president. But if that man happened to be your father or your grandfather, come on, they need pity. You need to have some pity. I mean, yeah, fine. Many of you, with what you have faced in Nigeria, with what Nigeria has shown you, shege, you know, get everything don't block, everything don't code. But you they see, you have vision, you they hear. There must be something left in you that should have something called empathy. So don't transfer what they have done to you to me. Don't stop transferring your aggression to me. Forget about this now. Just have some empathy. Like, if now because you know what I felt like when I was listening there? I felt like I was listening to my grandpa. That I'm, just visited in old people's home. This grandpa is a retired politician. You know what I mean? So good old days. Maybe you just came and you say, Daddy, you know the news today. Yeah, they have these people want to be president, want to be this or that, and they are promising they will do something on education. Then you, in that old people's home, with what he's suffering from, with amnesia, no amnesia, I think it's dementia, and then no eczema. Eczema that one na crocro abi, no be eczema na crocro. It's Alzheimer. See, you shall know dementia. You go on key, off key, on key, off key, and that's what you witness in that. That's not in the scripts. For the health professionals who normally kind of watches Maiyegun, you are seeing something that cracks you up. You are laughing. They are seeing something which is a developing chronic dementia. And that's how it's going to be. And that is why they have to keep him away from public as much as possible. You can't grill him. It's going to go off key. Eating fresh banana. How does that one have to do with Almajiri school? He didn't say anything about, okay, we are going to do this. No, 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 no. He said they will employ women, employ teacher, Almajiri teacher, teaching vernacular in the Arabic school. I mean, in the Quran, we learned Arabic. And all those things he said that some of you probably remember. Some of you are as crazy as Maiyegun, but you always call me crazy. Many crazy people there. Yeah. They say many weary one leg. Director's court. You are supposed to be a class captain in the temple of truth. The captain, the temple captain. Princess, Bolu, Lady Abby, all of you are supposed to be prefects of different position in the temple. But now they lead the violence in the gathering. And that is why we are trying to, or should I say, I'm trying to make you see the inner picture of whatever they are glossing over for you. What you do with that information is your own. So when you see all the class captains or the prefects who are already leading the violence in the comments on YouTube, or if you are not on YouTube, you are missing. On Facebook, Lagos Abobakus are there. They are there like rabid dogs right now. They are biting anybody they can bite. Where's your father? Where's your mother? Your useless mother. Your mother that is a prostitute. Your Ashewu mama. Your grandma. That's what they are doing right now on Facebook. But if you want to see proper violence or something, you should be on YouTube. You have no idea. But I just call you to order. It's like, in the gathering, right? Everybody do it and they won't do. Babaji Okondu. Hey, everybody, attention. Director's court, Bolu, Princess, what are you doing? And you lead the squad, and everybody say, sorry, Babaji, we'll come back to normal. Yeah, let's go back to normal. Because there are more questions. We haven't got to the part of climate change, okay? And you cannot disrupt this service when we are not even in the middle. You haven't even know that Wike has returned. Did you know that? Wike has returned. Atiku's problem continue. And here you are. Don't disrupt the class. Somebody asked about climate change. That is when I realized that climate change that everybody is talking about all this why. Is not different from something like when a rat eats the church communion. Or when you decide to cut tree to stop firewood. And then you start to plant tree. All these things are just, they are just trying to bubble all of you. I don't want to say much. There is camera and all of that. All these ones, they are not in the script. No, it's not part of the script you read earlier. So please, order. One moment.
Yeah. Babella AKK. You asked me this question to drag me out on financing. What is delaying is finance. Nothing more. We have not been able, and I assure you as I'm sitting down here, we have not been able to create long-term money for long-term projects. Why? Give yourself an example. You have a house where you are sitting on a CFO, certificate of occupancy, tenured for 99 years. Isn't it? If you have a bond financing of 30 years, variable value, variable interest, and we give it a foreign guarantee as a nation, will we complete those two projects? There are so many ways to skin the cat. We are coming up with unbreakable team of performers who are dedicated to the future of this country. If we want to play Ludo, I'm not part of that. But we want to play finance, project completion, audacious programs that will bring development to this country. We will do it. Take it and put it in your pocket. Another question. When? I think. Oh, the private, the climate change, Prof. It's a question of how do you prevent a church rat from eating a poisoned Holy Communion? That's the way. We are a poor nation. The bank code will follow. They say firewood, not food. They say we need to plant more trees. And they are not giving us money. We need to open our eyes, shine it, and tell the West, if you don't guarantee our finances and work with us to stop this, we are not going to comply with your climate change. They'll do it. Oh, they are just going easy. I don't want, you see, there are a lot of media group here. There are certain things they're looking for. I'm not going to reveal everything. Allah. I'm pitched against my party leader, Buhari. I will not do differently from Buhari. I'm different. I am Bola, he's Mamadu. He has laid a foundation based upon the constitutionalism. He has done well. How did PDP 16 years? They forget that there's a railway line from Ido to Kaduna to Sokoto. They forget that the transmission line of electricity for 16 years. They forget that they need investment and services. Because Buhari is a gentleman, he just absorbs everything. I'm going to assure you, I'm not going to throw away everything that he has done into the garbage bin. I'm going to take those positive areas of it, work on it, and build a nation. This country is not about personality. It's about style. That is necessary to fulfill a dream. Here, I'm not supposed to get up and defend Buhari one way or the other. But it's my party leader, he came with a vision. He came with a mission. There are so many of his programs that is all about Nigeria, and we will build on those foundations that is sound and sustainable. I tell you, when we want to deviate, we don't want to seek his permission. We just correct and move forward.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Well, again,
Boring care. Lady Folake. Be embarrassing. Eh? He's 70 years old. He's an old man. But there are many 70 years old watching me right now. They are embarrassed. So it is embarrassing. This is what is intelligence, is articulate, is this food program. And there are people who actually like what they have to do, you know, when you listen to your grandpa and they are not making any sense, incoherent, mixing everything up, eh? So somebody's going to say, oh, what Papa is saying? Because once in a while, it will use a sort of a complete sentence that will look like it's trying to make sense. So somebody will now have to like interpret to you and say, no, what Daddy is saying, you don't understand. What Daddy is saying is that you remember this, this issue of insecurity and all that. So that's what Daddy is trying to tell you, that if he had that chance, he would have, Daddy nowhere. Already. So, Maiyegun. Well, not be my papa cause your problem. You know that. No, not my papa. My papa is dead. In fairness to him, he was a victim of that same system. He had money, but his money couldn't save him. When the healthcare system gradually dissipated him, and he died. He didn't have money for private jets to fly down and get medical care. I don't get money. I don't be rich kid. You know what I'm talking about. So the system failed him, killed my papa. So if you are now saying, well, he's dead. And I don't think he'll be happy with you, because every time he looks at Kolu, he will remember that he's one of those who contributed to the poor health care system. Today, Kolu can use the health care system in Lagos he built. He has to fly down abroad, but not everybody who are using Okpawaju, Okpa in your baba, your mama, who are shouting, Awolokon and the rest, But it is all the same thing. It is embarrassing. It is not boring. It's embarrassing. Because once there's no script, once it goes off the script, wahala go day. And our own day will be made. So when you want to brag, now because you yourself know well, see, let's be honest. Some of you know well. Nigeria don't turn your head. You are already like technically mad. Some of you. Here you get. If no be madness, I've been a hunger. Well, if it be hunger, because I've seen people who got so angry, so hungry, that they became so angry, and that anger was not anything normal. It was like a mental weary anger. Some of you are mad. Because if not, you go put on shirt, you can't become interpreter of Iyalokon Abi. Anyway, let me make it easier for you. First, let me drink water. So let me make it easier for you. Let's all agree with this Tinubu's brilliance and the presentation, amazing and all of that. He don't win. Before we go to Atiku.
70 years old man. You. Jesus is Lord.
They go, Jehovah carry what they go, husband that's carry one they go. Now they go carry go. Maybe they carry you, they go the Armageddon. and good luck with that. That's not all that happened in Kaduna, by the way. It was also a moment for El Rufai. I mean, is the host governor. So he was there to give Tinubu a boost. And he didn't waste time to remind the people what Peter Obi did to him in 2013. Fair enough, I'll be good enough. Obi himself was in Kaduna. I showed that to you earlier. Yeah. He met with Sheikh Osama bin Gumi. That, technically now we believe that maybe he's not a terrorist sympathizer once you are an obedient. I mean, what do well, we'll get back to that. Let's go to Kaduna. El Rufai, how is it?
Your Excellencies, Your Royal Highnesses, distinguished and honorable members of the National Assembly, honorable members of the State Houses of Assembly, honorable ministers, honorable commissioners, other senior government officials, last but not the least, our women and our youth that are here. Good afternoon and welcome to Kaduna, the political capital of northern Nigeria. I want to begin by appreciating our elders that are here and the organizations representing various opinions in northern Nigeria that put this engagement together. It is quite commendable. And I would like to suggest to our elders that henceforth this should not just be a private initiative, but should get the full support, endorsement, and financial contribution of the Northern State Governors Forum. Because this is not partisan, this is multi-partisan, this is trying to present the case of Northern Nigeria across party lines. So I think it's beyond a private initiative that these organizations have to struggle going around for funding and so on. I'm quite sure that the next set of governors will be quite happy to support this kind of initiative 4 years from now by the grace of God. I want to thank Asiwaju Tinubu for resisting all entreaties that he should not honor this invitation. He was told that this whole arrangement is meant to endorse a particular candidate. But he insisted that even if the arrangement was to endorse a particular candidate, I will come and I will change their mind. We thank you for your courage, for your confidence in our people, and for coming here to present your case. I'm speaking as your host and governor of Kaduna State, so I will not campaign for my candidate. But you all know who it is. It is Bola Ahmed Tinubu, and by the grace of God, the next president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. When the northern APC governors met one Saturday evening and took a position that we insist that in our party, power must rotate to the south. We did so out of the understanding of our sense of history. We always ask ourselves as northern governors, what would Sir Ahmadu Bello do in the circumstances? What would Tafawa Balewa do? What would Aminu Kano do before we take a position? Because we are the inheritors of that legacy. The 19 northern governors and the Minister of FCT are the direct inheritors of the legacy of Ahmadu Bello Sardauna of Sokoto, Allah ya masa rahama. We are conscious of that burden of responsibility, and that is why when we debate to take decisions, we have these illustrious sons of northern Nigeria as our reference point. And we took that position without regard to the interests of some people who insisted that after 8 years of President Buhari's tenure, he should be succeeded by yet another northern. We felt as northern governors that this is not in our character. We are not like that. We are people of honor and justice. This is what our grandfathers did. This is what our parents, some of whom are sitting here, did. And it is our duty to protect the sacred word of any northern politician. When we say we'll do something, it doesn't have to be written. We do it, we deliver on it, and that's how we started the process of delivering Bola Ahmed Tinubu. We are confident that with the collective support of all of us, with the directed wisdom of our elders, with the energy of our youths, and the compassion of our women in northern Nigeria, we will make Nigeria great again. So Asiwaju, whatever you see here is real. We do not pretend. We have received you because we believe in you. And we will continue to do so till the very end, until you are declared the president by the grace of God. On this note, I thank the organizers once again and pledge.
And blah, 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 blah. There's a part there, but it's still like a 2-3 minutes away, where he was taking a dig at Obi. And that part, I wish I played that anyway, but it would have been so great if he said it himself. But because of our time, Obi responded. So now we are going to have to go to Obi's part in Kaduna today. Maiyegun, tell us about Obi too. Show us what Obi is. You know, I said you will be the judge of them. Now una want them. Now una divide una self for, you know what I mean? So before Obi got to the venue, that, you know, Tinubu was done, he had to go. So Obi came in. So they were asking him the same questions. Like, well, maybe not the same, but they were asking him questions too. The same AREWA joint committee. But you know, one thing was that before Obi reached the venue, he stopped on the way, like I showed earlier, and he met with this man. You remember him? He is the popular Sheikh Osama bin Gumi, the man that today, with the touch of Peter Obi, has now received the forgiveness. I mean, if you still don't like, if you don't like Sheikh Gumi, now you get problem, my brother, and you get problem because listen, what is wrong with that? Now, I mean, you know, it's Obi now. Whatever Obi touches, is anointed. Whoever Obi meets, they are forgiven. Anything you are saying, you are just enemy of Nigeria, like Atiku meeting with the former enemy of Nigeria. Do you get that? Now una they put una hope in them. And as it be, now una suppose they careful for waiting you they wish for. Anyway, Obi was there not for pictures, okay? He was there like Tinubu to answer their questions and tell them why he is different and then why they can trust him and all that stuff. I've got pieces of this, so take it one after the other, okay? The first part is the part where, you know, there is this rumor that Obi, 9 years ago, Abi, 9 years ago, 10 years, no, 9 years ago, that when Obi was governor, El Rufaya, the human rights fighter, he wasn't governor then, but he was to become governor later, was in Anambra, because they, you know, ACN at the time, I've been at APC, they wanted to take Anambra for the progressives. And Peter Obi couldn't use him power because he hated the El Rufaya. He called the police to lock him up. Former minister, how dare you? This is something that has spread enough. And in the population in the north and within the Agbado mites, I'm talking about the Lagos Abobakus. It is one of the popular lines, okay? So today, I was expecting that maybe they would just put up some drama, okay? But there was no real drama, no much drama. Or, you know, everything was like civil and all that. And Obi was on stage, one after the other. start with this. On the fact that did he have that power to control your police or not? I don't know. He answered that. I mean, listen.
Chairman, let me tell you, they've asked me this question. You know, the first person to ask me this question was Dr. Nati. And I said to him, my brother Nati, go to Anambra State, go to the whole of Nigeria, spend your money, spend everything. If you see anybody who is carrying ID card and he said it's from the north while he lives in Anambra State, or anybody who tell you this is here are my treated people from other parts of Nigeria while I was governor, come, I will stop campaigning. I will withdraw and go on. Number two, it's important that I take all this. When I was coming in here, when I came in here now, somebody told me, he said, Peter, your brother, my brother, the governor of Kaduna State, said that he came to my state, and I returned him. Let me tell you, it's good when you answer, when these things happen, you clarify them. Number one, in my 8 years of being governor, only in the first 3 months, we now have a commissioner that is not from the north. I want to say, only in my first 3 months, we now have a commissioner that is not from the north. Commissioner of police. Only 3 months. And not because I met the person. At the time the governor said this, it was during the election, the police commissioner then.
So in his own word, he doesn't control police commissioners. Now listen to the other part of it before I say what I'm going to say next, okay?
Then, the police commissioner that was there then was from Adamawa. What is his name again? Barry, CP Barry from Adamawa. The AIG that provided the election was Nasarawa. CP Nasarawa from the north. The AIG that came for that election was from Kano. Then me, my powers, I was in Abuja. Government was PDP and APC. Then me, our Abuja person, we issue order for somebody to be detained. Even me was detained in my local government, and I was working for. But however, all of us I committed is that when they asked me, I said, that's why they treated everybody that I will be in Kaduna on day of the election. That was the only thing. And he took it up. There's no way. I cannot do that. Co-chairman, I never asked anybody to carry ID. As governor of Anambra State, I have the best ABC in Nigeria, the best policeman. My ABC, one man is from Kano. He's the best policeman today that I've ever met. He's from Kano. Who will I give the order? We'll go and give order himself. So how will I tell one man who lives in my house every day and close to his family, I get up and tell Mohammed, I want to deal with your people. And he will say that. Call my head, I'll give you his phone number. If he does policeman, he's still a policeman, he's CSP now. And he will get.
You know, defending himself, and in his word, he will tell you to go and verify. But when we verified that, when we try to verify what he said, it seems to be right. Or should I say, is right. Because even the El Rufaya, the Kaduna little finger that made that accusation and continue to repeat it, okay, you know, when you repeat lies again and again and again, it becomes the truth. Yeah, people will say, oh yeah, come and defend it. Come and tell us that there is not. But you know one thing, right? That same 2013, before El Rufaya became the governor of Kaduna, when he raised the alarm that the Goodluck Jonathan's government, in 2013, okay, in 2013, El Rufaya said Goodluck Jonathan's government sent police to arrest him. But you know, Jonathan no did the picture anymore. So this time around, it is now Obi who ordered them. But again, he had, in his own words, though, he joined, but listen.
Hotel room to go in to have breakfast, and I was blocked by 3 SSS officials holding AK-47s and threatening me that they have directives from Abuja to restrict me to my room. I said, on what basis? They said, well, that's their directive. I said, well, let me tell you that Nigeria is a democratic country. I have freedom to move, and I intend to move. I intend to go anywhere I want. You can't stop me from going. The very idea of restricting movement or election day is unlawful. Our constitution does not allow that. There is no law in Nigeria that says that anyone has the right to restrict movement during election. We are going to test that in the courts because we want the courts to tell us under which law INEC or any agency of government can restrict the right of the right of Nigerians to move around.
Sure you get. So he clearly said it was Jonathan that sent the SSS after him because there is a restriction restriction. But this is 2022, not 2013. Okay? So it is Peter Obi now. But let's leave that. Accusation, allegation. You all listen to what Kalu said he was going to do. What about Obi? Obi, in your own words. Oh, yeah. Tell us too. I mean, why not? Why not if not, they say.
We are consuming the rest of our time. Now the big government is back here. I deal with this issue. We will unlock this. If you go to our bank of interest, our bank of interest is going to here, what am I going to do with it? I'm a banker. I'm a financier. So I know what it is. What we need to do is to get federal government. So I'll go all the bank. All the banks will be shareholders in Bank of Agriculture. Federal government will put their money, all the states will put their money, it will be number one bank in Nigeria, and will lend money directly to genuine farmers. That's it. We must not agree with the farm. I know the things we will do before that, but we must deal with that. It is easy. It is not difficult. We must make sure that inputs are available. Our research centers are not working today. India produces variety of rice, about 100 every year. Our research centers produce one in 5 years. No more. We will get it to work. We will bring government. So what do we used to do when you have one? We will deal with it. But I know that the Lord is worried that they're talking about insecurity. Yes, it is a problem. And I've told you, it's number one thing we will deal with decisively. We will make it responsive and responsible. We're not going to take chances. We will put some people there. We will make them work. If you don't work, we go. Corruption that is inside the security system
See, some of you are watching that and you're like, oh, bullshit, BS, nonsense, incoherent, like Tinubu Abi. I told you, people are choosing their own oppressors differently for different reasons. Now, you don't like that. You know, when Tinubu was talking, there are some people here, they are shouting, Asiwaju Jagaba, oh yeah, give them sense. Meanwhile, you are saying boring, funny, embarrassing. You see, that clip you just heard, the obedient watching, they are so proud. I mean, it just says something about the security there. We'll put people there. Yes. We'll give you a chance to make peace. If you don't want peace, then you go to the other side. So you never get technique like that. I mean, you never get policy like that. You not to get much wahala. Maiyegun, why don't you give Obi a name? I'll tell you why. See, I have told you, I am not neutral and I am very, very biased. Very, very biased against the rogues who have made it their life entitlement. How dare you complain? You know that APC, PDP, and the rest of this. How dare you? Shut up your mouth. Take this or leave it. If Nigeria no pay, you go and find elsewhere. So we're trapped in that 2-horse race all the time. Whatever they, you just have to continue to attack that. But suddenly, nightmare, karma, any name you want to give them. Don't be say, they expect any miracle. I told obedient, I told them, I said, I love what you're doing. You are the karma of PDP and APC. Usually, not two-way. When it go like that, so you'll be like, you know, the whole thing last, even if you think, PDP, they have any good intention for you, you are lying to yourself, okay? So last, you go realize, say, everything are business, there's don't deal. So now you go remain in that bracket. Then obedient came. Some of you still believe that they are whatever you want to call them. But to me, they are the karma. Tell me that you are not comfortable with the way, well, maybe you are not so much on the socials like Facebook. So the reason is because when you look at APC, when you look at PDP, there is no difference, Abi. But when you look at obedient as they are, yeah, it's a mixture of potpourri of all the bad, the good, the ugly. But guess what? They are their karma. So if you are looking for army of violence army everywhere that can make, I don't know if they can push any change or anything. No. So I've told them, I said, listen, on MaiyegunSDiary Politico, the reason why you will never get similar treatment like APC, people destroying people, is because I want to make you happy so that you can continue energizing yourself by February when they come bring out their real self. Now, engine go still day, anger go day. Obviously, all of them go run away that time because now here I go days too. I go say, well, 8 years of another what? Anyway, just saying that. So you need that energy, you need that resources and everything, but that won't also spare you on MaiyegunSDiary Politico. The truth. That's what I do. It doesn't matter how you feel. What I do every day in my life is to express how I feel about happenings. So if I turn on tomorrow, like I turned my camera on today, and I saw Obi with Sheikh Osama bin Gumi, normally I would have come here. Hey, Obi, no, you don't do Akai. Some of you don't even know how to use 48 laws of power. You use the cat claw. There's a part of that law that says cat. Is it cat claws or cat paws? If you want to take hot charcoal from fire, you go put your hand and take them. I don't think that's a good idea. You don't put your hand. There's a law in the 48 laws of power. And NCB, OB movement and everything associated with it is a reflection of those who are saying that they have disconnected with the rig system. In their mind, they can bring down the rig system and bring a new Nigeria. And everybody, they bring new Nigeria. So yes, I am biased, but that doesn't make me your total friend. That friend, yeah? Maiyegun is obedient. He's just pretending. Ojemalo break out, you better don't break yourselves. I mean, you don't break your own heart. If you wake up tomorrow morning, if I see a material that puts your OB in somewhere, I go still share them, had my own view. Now abuse, you go abuse me. Now abuse and every other thing. I used to respect this Maiyegun. Baba, you go have to keep your respect. I mean, I thought this guy gets sense. Now you taught him. If suddenly that your brain that said, this guy gets sense, suddenly said, this guy no get sense, I don't mind. People they have said worse thing to me. In most cases, this place be like place where we say, we offer healings by telling the truth. Now, the truth will help you to stabilize your mental health. You stop lying to yourself. If prayer answered, you feel get normal. If the prayer no answer, we'll keep trying every night. So I am not in control of what you think or what you do after you think. I will still tell you what it is. So as obedient here, if you wake up tomorrow and suddenly I no get brain, Baba, now so that they tell me every day. You know how many people that tell me I no get brain every day because of Tinubu? You know how many people that told me that I'm very stupid, I am jobless, and because of Tinubu and APC, PDP. I like you. I like what you do. As you they give them, as they cook every day, as you they cook, you they serve. I like their reaction. Last, I want to help you maintain that momentum. If you kick them out, we'll go celebrate together. So that Lagos Abobakus, Oshogbu, Alimanjiris, the what do you call it, the Buhari Diderins, they are still here. They can't go anywhere. I am their doctor. They don't like me. I don't like them, but they need me. So don't build that. So that is why I don't have any name for Obi yet. But there are names already out there. If you are one of those who don't like them, if you don't like the obedient, you can use the names like Obedience, Obedience. You can use the names like Obi China. Now this Tinubu called Obi China. Listen to me. Don't feel guilty about anything or say your mind. Sometimes that's the therapy you need. There's so much anger in the land. There's so much frustration in the land. Everybody just stay angry for no reason. Well, there are so many reasons. You just don't want to hear the full story, do you? You are in a bus. I say, bros, please shift. Bros, please shift. I need somebody else is coming in. Please shift. Bros, you are just jumping up. I say shift now because you didn't move now. This place can't take two people. Are you mad? Are you trying to see me? They send you to me. Are you the one they send? I said, send from where? Baba, what's happened? You the crazy. And that's how angry many of you are. Some of you are bottling that anger and the rest. But on MaiyegunsDiary Politico, you can actually get some level of therapy that kind of, sort of settle your mind, manage the anger till February. When the casala go bust, when you now get mad, me I go there. We'll go stream and live. We'll go watch the liberation together. We will rescue this country. Yes, go girls. Go queen. Go kings. That's what I do. That is why I can't criticize you much. It doesn't serve anything. Do you get that now? In this case, you choose your battle carefully. So on MaiyegunsDiary Politico, I am your sanctuary. You will like me this evening. Tomorrow you feel no like me. I understand. I deal with that all the time. Okay. So day after you may come back and like me again. Then day after you may not like me again. It's just what it is. Now you are care about that. Manage your expectation. So sorry that took me longer. I had to give you that narrative enough. You can know that when you are for Kolu, APC, with what you have done, with what these criminals are still doing. Now we don't share if you come onto MaiyegunsDiary Politico and say, hey, Maiyegun, you need to be fair. I want to share Tiku. You are on the right place. You are actually in the right place, looking for that kind of anything where we just roast Kolu. Because as it be, people need therapy. They need to be happy, laugh, do something that just makes them just feel like, or else we have to do something, or else Maiyegun will continue to use us to create content. content, educational content. It will continue to use us to create content. I don't think I will survive another 4 years. So there's a sharper one. You can break it up now. Save yourselves, save your generation, save your women, your children, save your community, save your environment, and ask for the, hey, may them bring that arrangement, may them bring that agreement that actually they said was the one indivisible Nigeria. Let them bring that agreement. Nobody will show you anything. Let's go back to Obi. He said he has an idea of how to fix Nigeria. Obi, again.
1.4 billion indeed. In gold, in assets, the future of Nigeria lies in what? What we want to do is to unlock it. We must unlock this greatness. I have been involved in this, and I can tell you, it is easy if we unlock it. Nigeria, when Yoruba was talking about rate of exchange, our rate of exchange is weak because we're not doing anything. Nigeria, that's why we say we want to move it from consumption to production. Nigeria is not producing anything. That's why your currency is weak. A country like Nigeria, a country with 923,000 square kilometers of land, 210 million people living here, our total export last year was 18.9 trillion naira, which if you divide it by 650 today, it will give you 30 billion. For 200 naira, it's not acceptable. I cannot take it, we cannot take it. A country, for those that are not in one country, Vietnam is 331,000 square kilometers. That is the top of Nigeria. Vietnam is 100 million people. That's of our population. Vietnam export last year is $350 billion. We couldn't do for a country we are 3 times the size of land to raise the population. We couldn't do 10% of their export. It's unacceptable. We will stay with this country. We have to go over here. If you put on the power today, we will start unlocking that flow. And the first thing to do, in Kaduna alone, and in this country, when there's over 400 industries between Mumbai and Salawa Ekani. And in this country, when you want to look for cash in Nigeria.
He can talk himself. He doesn't really have the script. And they put him on a bit of a higher pedestal. He is the one that will say something. And experts, social media analysts, and the rest of them who are campaigning for Atiku and Tinubu, are going to be probing. He said this figure, he said that figure. He said it's full of drama. And it's interesting. Let's keep documenting them because Obi is talking about his policy. We can't do this, we can't do that. Just like I told you, it is either he doesn't know what he's talking about or he's just a career political scammer like others. You know one thing, every one of you can talk about how to solve Nigeria's problems. But when you look at the complexity, when you look at the intentional complexity of that system, and if you want to really make any of your dream come true, you will realize that none of those dreams is applicable to Nigeria in reality. But it is political time. Sure you get. Just talk calm. Just say it. People, this is great. Look at the idea. Idea day. Nigeria, no get implementation. But like we did to others, or did for others, let's hear from him. Consumption to production. Again.
For a country we are 3 times the size of land, to raise the population, we will give 10% of their export. It's unacceptable. We will stay with this country. We have to go over here. If you put on the power today, we will start unlocking that flow. And the first thing to do, in Kaduna alone, Oil is an expiring and definition asset. I know people will say that about other natural resources. Those natural resources cannot be quantified with the physical asset God gave Nigeria and gave particularly the North. And that is what we need urgently to ignite and start. Nigeria today is 200 million and we have all this problem. It's estimated we will be about 300 million by 2030. It's estimated we are going to be about 400 by 2050. If we have this problem of this crisis when we are 200, what are we going to do when we are 400? Shall we start now to unleash the greatest asset of Nigeria? The greatest asset of Nigeria today is the vast uncultivated land in the north. How can you have among the poor states of Nigeria a state like Niger State? Niger State has 56 prevalent in poverty index. Niger State sits on 76.3 thousand square kilometers of land. Fertile land. And the only avenue, 7 to 8 local governments are taken over by bandits. And they are waiting for subsidy allocation.
You know, something about him that get people mad is the fact that as a banker, a trader who play a lot with numbers, right? He kind of find this forte when he's throwing up those numbers. 70%, 737,000 square meter, 1.6 million poverty in the, and all those numbers. Quick. The Agbadomites, the Mechanos, I mean, the Mechamites, I mean, the Mechanomites, I mean, what did they call them? The Articulutas. Research, oh yeah, check. How many square kilometer they Delta State? Hey, Obi don't lie again, no. He says 734,000 square meter. How many 731,000, 733,000, oh. Hey, to fear qua, this liar. Maiyegun, you know, Obi is a liar. Weary, he won't tell a call. Then they talk about numbers on social media. Shameless you. They do verification. When Kolu, they asked Kolu, I don't know what they were asking him. I don't know. But there was a video where Kolu was talking about numbers, right? And he said 400,000 barrels of, no, I think I'm going to recheck that. I mean, it was a pure joke. Like, are you really joking? Yeah, are you joking? They are talking about number. You said they go social media, they call people liar. Where Kolu cannot, he can't tell you 2 plus 2. You know that, well, maybe not that bad. Or Atiku that they are hiding away like a Kolu too. But you know, they say they no fit shame the shameless. And that one too, go come there, they brag with number. 70% of, they say, CEO is a liar. It is only 68%. So I told you, this guy is a born liar. Maiyegun, I told you. This, I said, I said, you are like people in my own, it'd be like the temple as we did. There are members of this temple, and they know all of you one by one. So whenever your spectacle pops up, the members of the temple, the temple of truth here, they will just be the spectators. But it is what it is, isn't it? The guy no go stop throwing figures. And people no go stop doing some research. So they put him here. You get that? They put him here. Now the people where they follow Tinubu at Atiku, they put Obi here. They put Atiku and Tinubu here. When it comes to standard, the standard don't enter Kana. You know, Bokwari is the template. The template of leadership in Nigeria, which is going to get worse, by the way. You're going to either end up with a Kolu or end up with Atiku. Now waiting the Rawaniya, they tell me right now. The Rawaniyas are telling me that you are going to end up with Kolu or Atiku. It could come be like renewal of the slavery citizenship or certificates. Now we can't follow on like that. Until we say, "Una no go fit take them again," and then we say, "Omo, we go burn this place down. Maiyegun, we go burn this place down." Say no burn and down. Wait, from consumption to production, maybe that can save you. I believe in you. Obedient. I'm not mocking you. See, I'm not mocking you. So that it doesn't look like a kilo Maiyegun you go safe now. What's wrong with Maiyegun? Enough. Just continue talking. Stop attacking obedient. I'm not attacking you. I'm just saying what is happening out there. That as it is today, your man will say, go and verify. Guess those who are doing the verification? The Kolu merchant, the articulated, or articulators, as they call them. Now, when they bring their research, they say, Obi is a liar. Obi China. Obi Japan. Obi this and that. That's why I said, the people who no get shame, they try to shame somebody. We love to throw numbers because he's a trader. And Atiku and Tinubu, it go be like, and what's it be? Opakon and what's it be that guy name again? I forgot his name. This actor, Odunlade Adekola. They are comedians. It's just like two branch of them. Will be like numbers again. Wait, make a drink tea.
70 years old man. Is that you? Jesus is Lord. Is that
you? Sorry. Let's go back to Obi. Talking about his policies and how concerned he is. Again.
8%. When the global average is 5.8. It's the highest anymore. I can go on and telling you the problems of Nigeria, but most of them you know already. So they are not things that you want to hear any longer. What you want to hear is solutions. Because everybody knows the problem, everybody is suffering, everybody Nigeria is not blessed of ideas. Nigeria is not blessed of ideas or blessed of manifestos. There's very good reading manifestos. There's very good reading ideas in Nigeria. If you go where they are packed, there's people there. What is lacking? It is institutional weakness that is not allowed to deliver them. And the political way. The government we intend to form, I am that granted, we do things differently. We want to bring a transformative government, purposeful government that will start dealing with issues. And those issues are known and very clear. The issue of security, which will be decisive. The issues of unity, which will be decisive. The issues of our economy, because it is critical. If you go today, out of the 10 foreign states in Nigeria, 10 is in the north. Out of school children, it is in the north that they have the highest number of school children in the global parameter. In terms of school kidnapping,
told you, he's the one that is always looking for trouble. He loves numbers and he can throw them every now and then. And the Agbadomite and Mecamites, Abi Mechanites, they will have to research that. Again, just like the revolution now, and SARS, and every other group of expression, no matter what it is, that can help galvanize, guide the societal mentality and awareness that will put them in a position where you can actually organize and resist. Because if nothing changes, if nothing gives way, something must give way in that 2023. If nothing gives way, Omo, I don't, I mean, I don't want to be the prophet of doom. But you would have to get ready. Eh? Change. Next devil. I don't know what they call this one. Eh? In 6 months. Una go dey pray, say, Omo, we are so ungrateful. We should have, you go dey pray for Bukwari every day. But that is just that. Let's go back up. I told you earlier, I said that even in Kaduna today, Atiku was there. But there's nothing so spectacular. There wasn't anything like a question and answer or anything. Now, let me ask you for a favor, okay? So we had ourselves nearly 2,000 of us earlier, right? But unfortunately, many of us still keep our hands in our pockets, which means we are so busy typing comments on Facebook, on YouTube rather. So on YouTube, we're like so busy reacting and commenting, laughing and all that. So you can take a moment now. If this is your first time on MaiyegunsDiary Politico, just take a moment and just, leave the comment section, go under this video, you will see it there. Like this video. And not just that, take a moment and then just click on subscribe and possibly set your notification as well. You're likely not going to regret that you are doing that. Or maybe you regret it in the morning because I may say something that will make you feel like, oh, but then subscribe me. I thought the guy was a nice person. I subscribed to his channel. Can you hear the nonsense he's saying? It just make me angry. Subscription. That's one good thing about it. You can take it back. But if you give it to me, I can tell you this for free. It will be worth it. We want more of you to come on, bring people on, share the platform, get people to you get what I mean. So even if you don't like me, okay, don't worry. I'll still help you. I mean, I've been helping those who are like older than you. Plus, I don't know your age, okay? And if you are an older person, I've been helping people of your age to understand or to keep together the state of their mental health when it comes to the abracadabra from the concentration camp called Nigeria. Sure you get. So it doesn't really matter how you feel about me, but I'm actually here to help you because I have a lot of people here who now understand better. They manage their emotion better. Because they have understanding. Now they kind of see it better why they should never invest their emotion in anything called let us rescue Nigeria because it's all facade, it's all fake. But you always find it out. But faith and all that. That's why, in order for you not to run mad, as Nigeria is always going to make you mad, and you're going to join the league of the mad people in Nigeria. 60 million mad people in Nigeria as we speak. Official, by the way. So I can help you. Okay? I can help you by showing you what you probably don't want to pay attention to. The lies embedded in all their actions and how much many of you actually set yourselves up for these criminals to deceive you again and again and again. Then they position themselves as your saviors, Messiah, and every other names they give to themselves. And you The people that have been so brutalized for so long, abused, psychologically tortured, socially conditioned to say, yes, sir, yes, ma, sorry, sir, sorry, ma, please, sir, sorry, please, sir, forgive me, sir. Do you know who you are talking to? Sorry, sir, sorry, sir. You know, that's how we were raised, isn't it? We were raised to just keep your head, bow your head always. When you're talking to me, go face down. No be so, slave stuff. So my help is to make sure that, yes, some of you are not in chains as we speak. There's no chain. They are not holding you. You are not carrying chains everywhere. I understand. But the chains are no longer physical. They are here. Many of you who believe and defend all these rogues, build hope on them and continue to nurture that hope, only for those hope to be punctuated. Oh, I'm so disappointed. Sorry, sorry. I hope say another day video. I hope say they no go. I hope say make they no kill you. So Maiyegun is somebody who is going to show it to you as it is, share his own experience and then his views, and then allow you to stop deceiving yourselves with whatever you hear from these guys. But I can't control that. I can't. I mean, you listen to me. That is why you get to know that the Nigerian politics is beyond what they teach you in school. Oh, I'm a political expert, Baba. Be political expert is it no matter here. You know they work because Nigerian politics and the Nigerian system defy all logic. No explanation. It's just Nigeria anyhowness. As you see them, take them like that. If you die, your elders go continue. And so is the survival of the fittest. So don't go and say, I studied in Harvard. I understand international. Baba, we are talking about Nigeria. If you go Harvard, if you go Oxford, if you go America, if you go anywhere all over the world to study your own international politics, if you don't attend MaiyegunsDiary, Temple of Truth, the political asylum for those who want to understand why they are being played again and again, the same scripts, the same, other stuff. And then your reactions are the same. Oh, I hate these people are just... But in the process of the whole madness, you also catch your fancy. I think I like Wike. Now, mad country. That is why they fall in love with Wike. Everybody mad. And in madness, that they take a cure madness. Fine. How dare you then put your hope in such a chaotic place? Because some criminals and some born liars, career liars, they have the right word, buzzword, motivational speakers. And today you are like, Maiyegun, let us be honest here. We have to give some, we need to, I understand you. I do. I'm just trying to help you so that you can manage your expectations by what you understand about the system. Don't come back here because you're going to come back. Oh dear, you're going to come back. People who abused me in 2014, 2015. The people that abused me in 2014, 2015, they came back in 2019. They abused me again. God go shame you. You this Maiyegun. In 2014, 2015, 1,000 pounds sterling was 250,000 naira. Now, if I give my 1,000 pounds to you, and you don't give me 850,000 naira, if you give me anything short of that, I could just suddenly get angry. I won't take it, but I would just suddenly be like, are you insulting me? You dey crazy me. What do you mean? So which means you abused me 8 years ago for these criminals. 7, 8 years after that, they have dipped you in hell, in more hole. You see, I'm not supposed to be your enemy. If there's anything, I think I make more money. I make well, put it that way. I would say my value quadrupled in 7 years, while yours in Nigeria, downgraded by, in quadruple times. You don't may not understand though. See, I don't be economist though, but what did they do you? What did they do you if you get sense? I swear, oh, ni bu Maiyegun, oh, ni bu me, you will never abuse me. You may not like me, fine, I don't want you to, because liking me is even a burden. Seriously. I love those who love Maiyegun anyway, but it comes with serious burden. This person, I love you, Maiyegun. Oh, Maiyegun, I love what you're doing. Then I become somebody who is too careful. Oh, Maiyegun, don't talk like that because, that's so vulgar. Maiyegun, you are a big person. Don't reply that person. You are somebody who is like, Maiyegun, I see you as this. You know that? That's the consequences of being people saying, I love your program, Maiyegun. Oh, I love your personality. People are building personality in their head for me. I be thug. Because I know they pretend, like fella said, I know be gentleman. My gentlemanliness is that I don't go physical. Forget it, I will never go physical. Here you get me now. But I not be nice person that much. My mouth know well. Some of you too watching me, you know that if you are from the normal, you go get bad mouth. I be one of them. I get bad mouth. Bad mouth will be say if I say some things, if you sit down there, just hold your phone, they laugh and they cry at the same time, like Olushini Boboisha. So it doesn't really bother me. So don't love me, don't like me. And if you love me and like me, that means it is voluntary, yeah? You can take it back anytime too. I used to respect this Maiyegun. Now today I take my respect back. Baba, honestly speaking, that's the best thing to do. Where you can give respect even though I no ask for him. And you can take it back. This guy is a very useless. Fine. But you are doing so because of the criminals who are promising you that they will make your life better. They promised you in 2015. They promised you in 2019. They are promising you again. And I'm still here. So maybe this kind of promise serve at the end of the day, by the time you finish by the time you finish pound sterling, if you don't turn to 1,500 naira to £1 or more, 1.5 million a year. I just suddenly give you 1,000 pounds. Baba, you go have to show some respect. Maiyegun is a very rich guy. That is the damages they have done to you. Because the bigger picture is that every pound that's sent to you, that they change for 850 naira, that every pound is devaluing your life, devaluing your standard of living, devaluing everything that could make life a little bit, kind of comfortable for you. That is exactly what that money is doing. But hey, me that is not affected, me that be the higher value, I am telling you the damages they are doing. You are telling God go shame me for trying to tell you that Nigeria no get any future for you. Now who is now the mumu? Shame na me abi you. When they deal with you, in 2-3 years time, you go they call me millionaire. Meanwhile, that's the that has so much money where I get 7 years ago. Now ordinary 250,000 naira. Today, it is now 850,000 naira. 850,000. And somebody is here asking God to shame Maiyegun. And they pray for you. No, I know they pray for you. I'm not praying for you. Nigeria needs to show you some things, and maybe someday you get sense. Because this one don't become your favorite now. Tell them, my brother, Wike, welcome back to Nigeria.
I read the denials he made. Of course, if you read the denials, you will know he has accepted the allegation made. First of all, what was the allegation that was made? The allegation that was made was, first of all, when he was elected as chairman of our party, he went to one of the presidential aspirants, whom I did not name. He went to him and said, it looks like the governors are not willing to fund the party, and therefore there's a need for them to have money. I did not mention whom that presidential aspirant was. Luckily for me, he had then mentioned that he went to the presidential candidate, Atiku Abubakar, the was for them, where they discussed the issue of borrowing. Now the question now remains, after the primaries, what was the position of Atiku Abubakar? He had always dialogued or discussed with the governors on the fundings of the party, and the governors have always funded the party. 2, when you talk about borrowing, who approves borrowing? You must go to the National Working Committee to say you want to borrow money. I challenge him to bring the records of where National Working Committee approved that the party should.
There are more. Okay. Well, I think we should hear him first before we had our own Jara, as usual. Wike, tell us more.
So he cannot deny the fact that he didn't go through commercial plane to Lagos, and then whoever he went to a bid. Ask him the contracts are going on in this Democratic Institute and that of what. So he cannot deny the fact that he didn't go through commercial plane to Lagos, and then whoever he went to discover his boy did not go his own private. It's not correct. He collected 1 billion naira, and see, this is what they call the hallmark of leadership. Be sincere. How can you talk about 1 billion naira loan without the NWC mooting the idea, without the governors knowing? Then you talk about the 100 million naira that he told BOT. It's not correct. If any governor gives you 100 million naira in order to contribute to rebuild this one of the structures of the party as the Democratic Institute, let him show the minutes of the NWC where he said a governor has contributed 100 million naira. Let him show the account to reflect this 100 million naira. Let him also say whether that 100 million naira was Nigerian naira or in dollars. He said he gave it to the treasurer. I thought he would have told the world that he gave NWC was aware. Then he now said, oh, he told BOT, one of the governors. Who tells you that? Let him show all the account where this money was paid into. 2, I did also say that he did not tell NWC, and he collected 100 billion naira back from NWC for the same Democratic Institute. That was the allegation I made. And I thought he would have responded by saying, yes, I received 100 million naira, but I never went back to NWC to collect the same 100 million naira. 2, I told NWC that a governor brought 100 million. It will be recorded in the minutes of NWC. So coming out to do a general denial is not a denial. You must deny specifically these allegations that were made. Ask him. The contract are going.
Do you see Uguayi there? That's Enugu State Governor with his Panama there. Yes. Tell them Wike. And please hurry up, Jare, because as I tell so that flight from Spain, I need to get this body massage inside the Enugu State Government house. Wike, hurry up. Because we can never finish. It fire from all cylinders. Here is another one.
Were bid. Ask him. The contracts are going on in this.
We'll wait for that. That's so early. Why did I let that out? That's the surprise package of it all before we round up. But let's listen to Willie Wike. He's making a point. And his friends, Sheyi Makinde, Autumn of Benue, and Uguayi of Enugu. And, of course, River State, where Willie Wike already employed 100,000 people. Can you believe that? Yeah, I made an appointment recently on this issue of PDP. Between them, fight just started. Wike, tell us more.
Ask him the contracts are going on in this Democratic Institute and that of Wadata. Who is doing that contract? Is it not one of his sons? You don't just come and deceive Nigerians that, oh, it's not correct. I didn't collect 1 billion. I went to presidential candidate. As at the time you went to the president, was he a presidential candidate? Was he a presidential candidate? This 1 billion naira, which for long he didn't want to deny. So they only told you how you are going to respond to it. Unfortunately, there was no response. So let IU come out and tell us, tell the PDP people, tell the public that look, this matter was discussed in NWC. I can show you the minutes of NWC. That look, we needed money to fund this party. We don't have money. As at the time before you came to the party, who were those funding the party? So the issue of NWC, the issue of the presidential candidate just came up now. This thing happened before the presidential convention, after he was elected as chairman of the party. In leadership, you must always be firm and assertive. You may be right, you may be wrong. How could a man say, look, keep to your commitments? What are we talking about? The man made a commitment that if the presidential candidate emerges from my zone, I will resign. That is a commitment. And you are saying that people should keep to their commitment. Why not now tell the man, look, having made this commitment, keep to it. Then on the other leg, you come out to say, look, he should make a commitment that he will resign after the election. The first commitment he has made, he has not kept. And you are telling us to now say, I agree that, okay, this second commitment, he will abide to it. So it's leadership.
Agreement is agreement, yo. We are not here for settlement. Though they tell me nonsense. Agreement is agreement, yo. I unleash it earlier, okay? But we can never finish. Wike, tell us more. You get a lot where we don't hear about the son, IU son as the contractor spending the 100 million. You still get some more. Tell us.
Keep to it. Then on the other leg, you come out to say, look, he should make a commitment that he will resign after the election. The first commitment he has made, he has not kept. And you are telling us to now say, I agree that, okay, this second commitment, he will abide to it. So it's leadership. I understand the problems. We have played our own role by saying we must continue to speak the truth. What is this so important thing that a man who has made a commitment cannot keep to it now? And you urge us as party members to say after the election, he will not keep to the commitment. That's even the worst of it. That's even, of course, I'm not surprised when you see people like Okosile the widow. You remember in 2011 that the PDP convention was to be scuttled. Who was the national chairman of the party that was used to scuttle the convention of the good luck Jonathan? So who appointed the board of trustees for this committee? National chairman. National chairman who was accused for something was also sitting down there while they were deliberating his issue. So what do you expect? So you can imagine that we are not serious in anything that we are doing. I don't believe my candidate could make such statement. I don't know how those who are packaging the presidential candidate would allow him to make such a statement. Frankly speaking, I will not tell you lies. When that video was sent to me, I played it and played it and played it. I was really touched. And I said to myself, can this be correct? Can this be true?
And if this is true, Atiku, we are trying to trust you. Did you actually say this about us? Okay, between us then. Fight just. Tell me nonsense. The agreement is agreement, yo. Anyway, It's just to tell you that today, Sha, it's been an eventful day. And we have to give a special thanks to Alhaji Asiwaju àwọn gbéwìrì Chief Senator GCFROFM DVC Bola Tinubu for today's blessing of memes, free talk, and the dementia lesson for those who are trying to study what dementia look like. How does it feel like? You've got grown up. I mean, you've got grandpas. Lovely people, lovely souls, amazing people, amazing souls. I mean, you know, how old do you get before you start losing your mind, by the way? 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. I don't know. I am just a young man. And I don't know how soon I'm going to begin to lose my mind too. And you know one thing, right? I am teaching my children. I'm teaching people around me, people I love, people that love me. Once you begin seeing me trying to grind plum tomato with beans, and I'm trying to pour oil inside in the grinder because I need liquid to mix them. Please, it don't matter how it be. It don't matter how, if I'm popular, if people know me, no matter. Just tell people, say, Maiyegun don't lose his mind. We don't take him to the place where they are treating him. It no matter. Please don't disgrace me. Oh. Don't suddenly allow me to turn on a camera. Oh. They will be making mockery of your father. I'm trying to teach my children that. Because someday, if I lose my mind too, if I grow old enough to lose my mind, many of you are going to be old too. You'll be old then. Say, I have been following this Maiyegun for the past 50 years. It's such a motivation. I never believed that in my lifetime, Maiyegun is going to become madman on screen. If I have access to his children, I'll tell them never to allow their daddy to have access to the studio or the camera anywhere, unguided, unprotected. Because people say that in my lifetime, we were young. It was 50 years ago. Very young and brilliant chap. Like many of you are saying right now about Bokwari. I mean, sorry, about Tinubu. Oh man, Tinubu, nature has taken its course. Oh, you cannot cheat nature. He's old now. That is why he had to talk the way he talks and all of that stuff. But he still has it in him. All those Tinubu you saw 20 years ago is hidden somewhere. And by making him your president, that talent will come out again. But I mean, come on, Maiyegun, you yourself won't grow old. I mean, I'm just trying to say you are a young man. You want to grow old. I say, yeah, I want to grow old if I'm lucky. There are people who say, the day they born me, they born them, they don't die. I'm still here 38 years after. You think say na beans? I survived Nigeria. I survived polio. I survived a mosquito. I survived every poverty that they put along my way. And they say, thou shalt, whatever God has joined together, thou shalt not put asunder. Say God, am I a tree? Why am I going through all of this in my life? As a young chap, yeah, and many of you are going through the same thing, or many of you went through the same thing. But somehow, you are a testimony today. I say, oh, praise God. Hallelujah. No, hallelujah is not. Praise God. I say, hallelujah. So you guys don't understand. You see this brother Benga that is standing before us. If you are looking at people that don't get hope, when you look at them and you want to see textbook definition of no hope, hopeless, Nigeria finish arm. Now this brother, but the Lord that we serve, the living God that never forsake his own children. Because of Benga, there are many other children who say, they don't even know their papa. Say, God, why have you forsaken me? Say, you need to calm down. Not be only you be my children. That get a lot to sort yourself like brother Benga. Say, brother Benga. You see this brother? He lost his father when he was just inside his mother. As if that is not enough. Immediately they gave birth to Brother Gbenga. The mother opened eyes like this. Brother Gbenga saw and heard, Eko Edumata. And some people are shouting, up Nepa in the other room. I was like, God. And here I return to again. The mama look him. Gbenga looking mama. Mama look Gbenga, Gbenga looking mama. Mama just close eyes, no open them again. Brother Gbenga was still in blood when he lost his mom. How else can the world dealt a cruel blow on a very young, innocent child? I don't want to tell you a lot about Brother Gbenga, but you know what I'm saying? Brother Gbenga saw shaggy. But something happened. The Lord we serve. Somebody saw Brother Gbenga when they do bola. Brother Gbenga was doing bola to survive. He's an orphan. They took Brother Gbenga to America. Brother Gbenga today is a millionaire. Praise God! It's hallelujah! Hallelujah! Hey! Oh, my brother, this one life don't change you. So they are using you as a testimony, like an advert, which is all right. Fine. But the bottom line, if you won't forget, is the fact that there are those responsible for all of this. There are those responsible. But unfortunately, some of those responsible, they are your mentors. So I'm not going to take you or hold you responsible for all of that. I've done my part today, and then you should just also learn how to take responsibilities for anything. I mean, by taking responsibilities, you would likely have a chance of never doing them again. You know, no, I will never do that again. Oh my God, don't you marry as I will never do that. But the way it is, will I say they say if you they go through hell, my brother, they say you should continue going. Last, you go meet the devil with inside that hell. Anybody will win between you two. I can promise you this. Your life will not remain the same. As it be so, let everybody continue to put everything together as they are doing, reacting and responding, and fine. But if everything don't go the way you plan them, if that thing don't go as you plan them, then declare Kolu or declare Atiku, and you don't get plan B. About February 26th, everybody join. As in, from February 26th, Olopa go start to pack everybody. Because you go wake up. Is that you wake up in Kolu's country? Or you wake up in Atifu's country? And it will be so sad if you are wishing to wake up in Obi country. Anywhere where you wake up, by the 26th of, 28th of February, everybody, everybody last, and I'm going to be here to report it. So go on, continue, up and all of that. Last, all of us go chop the breakfast. So sorry if I made that so simple and all that, because it's not a funny thing. That's what happened in Kaduna, but there are other things that happened elsewhere, everywhere in Nigeria. Do you know that more than 26 states in Nigeria are currently underwater? Do you? Okay. Do you also know that over 600 people have been killed by flood in Nigeria in the last 1 week? Do you know that? Okay, maybe you don't. Maybe now water go carry everybody away. Whatever is going to happen, anybody where they say merchant about the end of the world, if you go to Nigeria, you go see customer, but don't go to Dogbolu. You can say they should not come to your own area too, because we should try and save the people we can save. Money can't save you. Sure, you get me now? Money. Give us money, Maiyegun, everything else will follow. Maiyegun, I know well. I Yala TV last week. Maiyegun, I'm not feeling well. I said, but why don't you go and see the doctor? Maiyegun, see, in this Nigeria, if you want anybody to feel well, if people know they well, just let them have a bank alert. Maiyegun, everything go just plumb. Everything will go dey okay. You know, the sickness where people they sick for Nigeria, don't be hospital matter, Maiyegun, now bank alert. 5,000 alert, 10,000 alert. You don't know how people feel, Maiyegun. Everybody go just feel normal. Say, I don't know that guy. I say, Sake, Ejo Parayiti ya, Abeti Balat. No, it's not a lot. Not that I collect a lot. I mean, suddenly I just was Sake. I heard pum on your phone. You read them. You where they talk slow before. Suddenly, your mood don't change. You don't get well. Say, Maiyegun, if you want to make any sick people well in Nigeria, Maiyegun send money, send pound sterling. Everything else where you talk, go enter our head. But send a lot. I say, well, I'm going to add that to my own, I'm going to add it to my curriculum. And then you call me a doctor. Maybe that time you call me a doctor. I say, Maiyegun is a doctor. If he give you a lot, I mean, well, it's not that easy. People are dying, unreported, in Zamfara. I'm talking about like it has gotten to a stage whereby even when you say 50 people killed in Zamfara, people say, Maiyegun, tell us the breaking news, Jerry. Not Zamfara. I say 50 breaking news, 50 people killed in Zamfara. I know. Give us the breaking news, the real breaking news. Okay. 65 people, including 4 children, they were kidnapped in Katsina. Oh, Maiyegun, I don't understand what is wrong with this Maiyegun lately. I said, give us, get news again. Maiyegun, give us the real news. What's okay. You know what? Don't worry. I'll see you tomorrow. That's fine. Because that's what Nigeria has done to you. And that breaks hearts. There are victims that are piling up every day in this rotten system. They are being consumed by that system. And guess what? There is no accountability. And that breaks hearts. Because it could be you. It could be anybody. I pray that somehow you will be part of that crusade of those who tell the truth. Even if you feel like you are incapacitated right now or restricted or kind of limited. I understand. But if your mind is liberated, if you have the right information at hand that you can work with and research on as well, I mean, the whole thing can be probably have solved, in my own opinion. Well, I mean, save from all of that, tomorrow is another day. I beg, would they invite Kolu to anywhere tomorrow because I need to set my own highs everywhere. Anywhere where I see Kolu drop, I will make sure I will use that to make your evening. Now, tonight, we've done our part. Oh, I've done my part. So I'm going to see you some other time. So again, I don't know why we all became so stingy with that like before you go tonight. I mean, come on. Did you not laugh? I mean, I don't mean like a laugh or mock laugh. I'm talking about like the whole thing. We talk about serious thing. We took ourselves to a place whereby we can say, well, listen, it's not all doom. Okay? Because you need to have to be in the right state of mind to be able to digest all I said. Hidden in everything I said, in plain sight, are information that you know or probably never just thought about. If you are just joining us, you can watch this from the beginning again. Until I see you next time as well. So thank you. And you all have a wonderful evening. Just raising prayer docent and every one of you who have always been the Maiyegun's lovers. For those I can remember. Good night. From here.
Maiyegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò.
Maiyegun Diary, Maiyegun #1.
Maiyegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò.
Maiyegun Diary, Maiyegun #1.
Maiyegun ti dé o, ọ̀rẹ́ ará ìlú.
Maiyegun Diary, Maiyegun #1.
Lórí Facebook, lórí YouTube.
Maiyegun Diary, Maiyegun #1.
Gbogbo bó ṣe ń lọ ni Maiyegun já wa sí.
Maiyegun Diary, Maiyegun #1.
Àṣírí ọ̀jẹ̀lú kì í bò níbẹ̀ o. sí lọ́rọ̀ Maiyegun.
MaiyegunDiary na ibi number one.
Ẹ farabalẹ̀ sẹ́ o kẹgọ́rọ̀ lẹ́nu o.
MaiyegunDiary na ibi number one.
Àní Maiyegun làwa mọ̀ tó dódòdó.
MaiyegunDiary na ibi number one.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Maiyegun ti dé. Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Lórí Facebook.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Lórí YouTube.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Bọ́ bàbá gbé wúrẹ́.
Maiyegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Ijó ìgbádìyẹ.
Maiyegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Bí pẹ̀sìdó bá rúfin o.
Maiyegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Bí gómìnà kówó jẹ.
Maiyegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Ọlọ́pàá tí ń gba rìbá.
Maiyegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Aṣòfin tí ń rúfin o.
Maiyegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Òpùrọ́ olóṣèlú.
Maiyegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran o.
Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran.
Wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀ o, Maiyegun ó sọ pé wọ́n ò bẹ́ẹ̀. Wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀, Maiyegun ó sọ pé wọ́n ò bẹ́ẹ̀. Oníkan ṣáàtì ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe fáwọn ará ìlú tó gbé wọn débẹ̀ o.
Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.
Kì máa yí ṣe eré, ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣe ẹ̀fẹ̀. Kì máa yí ṣe eré, ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣe ẹ̀fẹ̀. Ẹni bá ti lè lẹ́bọ̀ lẹ́rù o, ọmọ bá dèrò kàṣà ìtú wọn síta.
Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.
Tẹnitẹni ọmọ Maiyegun ọ̀rẹ́ ara ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni mo fọlọ́hún ṣọ́ ẹ̀ bá kìlẹ́bù. Lóòótọ́ olódodo ìlú ọ̀tá ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni ìwọ ṣá máa ń ṣọ́ra kò sì mọ́ bẹ̀rù. Bọ́tà ń lérí bóníṣègùn lé káwọn mọ̀mọ́ fi ṣera wọn ni ó ti dẹrùn tí wọn ò gbọ́dọ̀ sì mọ́ bẹ̀. Èèpo ọ̀bọ̀lọmọ bá dérò tàjẹ́ ò gbọ́dọ̀ jẹ́, ó ti dọba lórí àbínú ẹni kò sì mọ́ fòyà. Àìsíwọ́lu ní ẹnìkẹ́ ìgbódì ẹyin lábàrá o, ó kó ẹni tó bá dán o àkàmù. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì o. Ẹni bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dèrò òní fi wọ́n níran o.
Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súra kì ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.